95.9 FM. I don't know why I get this in this microphone. Here we go. I don't know why I have these headphones. Can you hear? I hear you. Okay, I don't know why. We don't really wear these headphones, right?
Man, those are beginners.
Yeah, really. It's for beginners. So we got some real great takes and some things that's going on. When we talk about emotional intelligence, right? We talk about emotional intelligence.
Hello, I'm getting ready to go live with DJ Chris Styles on WOVU 95.9 FM. We're gonna discuss. I'm giving them updates on the Diddy trial. Got some things going on. We're talking about hella stuff going on in the entertainment business. It's a lot of sexual assault allegations. We're talking about Kevin Lyles. He just got a new sexual assault allegation. It's a lot to keep up.
Sexually assaulting these women, and it's one that has a rise. And I don't know
so we're gonna have to talk about all this stuff to keep in. We're just not gonna believe what's going on.
Okay, I didn't even know about this one. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, the rapper Lady Luck, and apparently he has, sexually assaulted her. Forced her to what we call it, allegedly give him some fellatio or any other word that's coming up. But Kevin Lyles is fighting back. Now, I don't know much about this subject, but I know when Brandon Carter 211 gets on, he's going to talk more about this subject because he knows a lot more than we do. He's going to, because we played it before, we're going to play it again. He can explain a lot better than we can. And right now, I'm just reading the news, but he knows because celebrity business is his business. But in the teeth of it, Kevin Lyles in return is claiming that his former Def Jam protege, battle rapper Lady Luck, is looking to cash out over $30 million on fake claims that he wants sexual assault of her. He refuses to let it happen. And he put out a lengthy statement yesterday. And he said he got receipts of what's going on.
Getting ready to go live, guys.
Contacted him several weeks ago with a $30 million threat. They would publish a tell-all book claiming that he once tried to shove Lady Luck's face into his crotch for some unauthorized oral sex. I can believe that. I mean, I can believe that a little bit.
I do. And I get it. If you're a powerful dude, you might take some liberties with the power that you have.
Right.
But I think it's important for us to define what the assault thing is.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, did he make you do it? Did he attempt to make you do it?
I think it's an attempt.
Yeah. Or did you do something for some money or an opportunity, and then maybe if it never came about? Because I don't understand why waiting with something like that. Like,
but in some of the years, the way you could be scared, you could be, we're gonna dig deeper into that when Brandon Carter comes in and talk more about that. But what do you think about this? Now, like, we've seen a lot of powerful men that are doing it's coming out. And here's the crazy thing. I can believe about it. I believe it too. Because here's the thing. We talk about emotional intelligence, right? And part of emotional intelligence is what reading the room. Yeah. It's self-awareness. It's being aware, being social awareness. And men at that level, with that money, with that power, aren't aware when the vibes ain't right.
And the vibes ain't hitting. They almost don't have to be, because there's always somebody around that wants what they have to offer.
That is true.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Go to that person. Don't think that everybody's in that realm. And I think that's what's coming out now. It's been years since it come out. Yeah, because you're young. You're scared. You're feeling young, scared. Power. You control. When you're in the industry,
you have my future in your hands.
Still do. Yeah. Because you can reach, so many people. Right? I can X you out of this industry if I wanted to. Right? And so that's part of it. You've seen that powerful things. It's coming out now.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. Because, like, if you liken it to the Diddy trial, all these people are talking about they were in danger and they were scared. It's like, when you left his house and you didn't try to call the police, you didn't tell your big brother or your daddy or somebody who could have maybe got you out of there because you were in so much danger? Or did you stay for the opportunity?
Right. And I haven't read much of a lot of this stuff because I want to wait for another bombshell to hit when they talk about to the second victim. That's why I'm waiting to get back into the trial. Right now, they're just talking about assistance and they're talking to this and that, trying to establish empire.
Yeah, like organized crime. And look, all this stuff sounds disorganized. Like what? It does not seem like this was a mastermind. This seemed like a freaky dude who tried to set it up so he could do what he wanted to do.
Right. And so when we're talking about that, it's just power. And, and some people abuse their power. They really do. They abuse their power. So right now, I'm going to play these clips with Brandon Carter 211, and we want to check this out right now.
It's Brandon Carter, and celebrity business is my business.
It's business.
On the DJ Chris Styles Show every Wednesday.
All right, we're currently live on the DJ Chris Styles Show. And I'll be coming in directly live soon. This is just the beginning audio playing as of right now.
False story meant to destroy his reputation. Longtime music executive Kevin Lyles received a letter from Chanel Jones, known professionally as Lady Luck, and her attorneys demanding a multi-million-dollar payout where she would publish a book and file a lawsuit accusing him of sexual misconduct. Lady Luck allegedly threatened to claim that Lyles groomed her 26 years ago, exposed himself, and pressured her into oral sex while she was in the car. Mr. Lyles denied these accusations and described them as a calculated attempt to damage his name. He even launched a website using Lady Luck's name, LadyLucksOwnWords.com, to combat the claims. He's saying, listen here, you ain't about to put me here with them, because I ain't one of them, and I ain't do that. We gonna get this out of the way right now. There's too many sexual assault claims going on right now from 26 years ago, and it's hard to even say that it didn't happen because sexual assault was all the rage and apparently okay back in the 90s and the 2000s. So a lot of people did get away with it, but now it's hard to determine which is true and which is false because there's so many coming out at one time. I can't keep up with these court cases and these lawsuits, baby. But it's my job, so I'm going to do the best that I can. Hip Hop Trio, the Migos Instagram page was hijacked and a $4.3 million Bitcoin blackmail against Solana's executive Raj Gokal. Solana is a blockchain platform designed to provide fast and secure transaction processing. The Migos compromised page posted at least 7 images or photos with Gokal holding his passport and driver's license with his personal information visible. Former Migos rapper WOVU confirmed that there was a breach in the Instagram page, and he wrote on his story, "Our IG is hacked, and we will be back up shortly. Thanks." They trying to get this wrapped up because, it is weird of all people's pages. Why the Migos page had to be hacked? They haven't done music in a while. They also haven't, regrouped to do music since the death of Takeoff. So I hope they get all that together. Former music business executive Damon Dash approves auction as his valuable asset because, apparently Damon Dash is broke. He don't have a dime to his name after making millions and millions in the early 2000s and the 90s with Jay-Z and their partnership with Rockefeller Records and Def Jam. They had clothing lines, they had movie deals, they had, of course, the music, they had vodka, they had artists on top of artists. And once they split, when Jay-Z went his way and Damon went his way, clearly Jay-Z's career went up and up, and Dame's career went down, down, and down. Damon Dash has officially approved the auction of several of his most valuable remaining assets to help cover the judgment awarded to filmmaker Josh Weber. The auction includes his ownership in stakes such as several companies, as well as the copyrights to several movies and screenplays. Among his auction assets is the rights to the 2002 film State Property, which starred his most popular artists at that time, such as Jay-Z, Benny Siegel, Freeway, Memphis Bleak. Even Mariah Carey made an appearance in that movie. That movie also got a sequel, State Property 2, which is also up for sale, as well as the 2007 documentary, Miss Untouchable. A date for the auction has yet to be announced. The life and legacy of soul music legend Otis Redding is set to directed by Channing Godfrey Peoples and written by Diana Graves. The highly anticipated film will star John Boyega as Otis Redding and Danielle Detweiler as his beloved wife Zelma. The film is poised to explore the profound love story between Otis and Zelma, which blossomed over.
I know y'all real patient because y'all been here 10 minutes without me saying a thing.
Plane crash in 1967. You may know Danielle from her work on P-Valley as well as The Have and Have Nots. John Boyega's career gained momentum in 2020 when he won a Golden Globe Award for his portrayal of Leroy Logan in Red, White, and Blue, a part of Steve McQueen's anthology.
Getting ready to go live on the DJ Chris Styles show to discuss some celebrity tea.
You know, he had a real bounce back. Skilla Baby popped out and performed in Detroit 48 hours after being shot multiple times over Memorial Day weekend. It was at the concert of Masonic Temple in Detroit, Michigan. During the performance, rapper 42 Doug brought out special guests, including Skilla Baby, who performed with his bandaged arm in a sling just 2 days after he was a target of a drive-by shooting just outside of Woodford Township, Michigan on May 22nd. He seemed to be fierce and received a big crowd cheer of love. And coming up next live, we have more on the Diddy Child and all that happened with this year's American Music Awards. Stay tuned. We got more coming up right now.
95.9 FM. We have Brandon Carter 211. Celebrity business is his business. He's in the building live and direct. Period.
Yes, I am. Hi guys. How are you guys doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Dandy. I'm sorry?
Love your hair.
I love your hair as well. All 2 follicles of it, Homer.
There we go. I didn't say anything, and now it's gonna make me clap back. It's clap back season.
Don't clap back. You look beautiful with the bald head and the dimples.
Thank you, appreciate it. You can't see the dimples with the beard. I might cut the beard off.
Don't show them the dimples, man.
I know.
How you doing, Mr. Tyrone?
I'm doing quite well, Mr. Carter. How about you?
I'm living my life like it's golden.
Well, I'm living like a penny with a hole in it. So.
Anybody stick? Those about to be a stick. They better give them away. Really? Yeah, they better shut it down. So let's go to the first one. Let's talk about Lady Luck. Tell us about that.
Well, apparently she was involved in a face the pelvis situation with Mr. Kevin Lyles. I'm kind of really, and she's putting up this $30 million lawsuit because she's saying you either give me this money or I'm gonna write a book. That kind of sounds like extortion, but I don't really understand this point of the lawsuit. But I'm also really sick of the sexual assault allegations.
Listen. Not too much on Lady Luck. That's my homegirl. Not too much on Lady Luck.
I was gonna say if she was serious about it, Lady Luck is my age. So 26 years ago, she was 16 or 15. If she was, that's the allegation to go with. Irrefutable.
Yeah.
So she was 16 in the 70s?
No, 26 years ago, she's 42.
Oh.
So 26, 42 minus 26, carry the 1.
Yeah, you went to be addicted. You got it. Brandon Carter went. Yeah, I mean.
I thought y'all was when y'all teenagers in the 60s or 70s. I get confused at y'all time period. But funny. So what I'm just saying is she needs to get her money, I guess. But how many allegations are we gonna be just keep piling on these people, job? Because I know they tired.
Yeah, but listen, we talked about that before you got on that at the time, and you mentioned it too, and you said it was almost acceptable. But I just think guys, when it was power, guys with power would control your career. I think it's a lot more that went on than we are letting on. And I would put it past the females was doing to the male too.
I understand, but also in terms of sexual assault, the average woman is sexually assaulted at McDonald's. at her place of work. So oftentimes it's not necessarily position of power. It's just it's always concerning power. But I don't mean it's always a situation of money, because I've never met a woman who couldn't share an experience where she was not sexually assaulted in some form or another. Women have to deal with that every day, and they almost go on with their life because it's normal occurrence kind of thing. It's something that they are taught that they have to deal with and be used to. I mean, honestly, living in this world.
Yeah, but we also talk about, but we enhance when I'm talking about power. I'm talking about power and money where somebody got their career in their hand. I'm talking about the entertainment. I'm not talking about the everyday.
I think it's a difference. Like if somebody says, if you don't do this, I'm going to end your career, versus if you do this, I'll give you this money. You know, like if somebody's offering you like a punishment for not doing something versus, well, if you do this, I'll give you this extra bit of, I'll keep your career going. You know, like an incentive versus a punishment.
Yeah.
Well, neither one of is good, or nor does it make you feel good, even if the benefit is money.
What we're saying is not that part. What I'm saying is, as position of power, that goes on a lot in the entertainment industry, a lot more. That's why you're going to see a lot more coming out, because a lot more women are feeling brave enough to talk about it, and they should.
Well, also the balance is the money, because it's not like the average woman can sue the person who sexually assaulted her.
The average woman, but I'm talking about, you said why more are coming out. I'm talking about the entertainment realm, not the average woman realm. We know the average woman gets sexually assaulted daily, just being looked at. It's sexual assault.
I think some people take advantage of those stats too. There's some women, like look at the Shannon Sharp case. It was like as soon as he was worth $100 million, she's like, you know what? I need $50 million. I realized the last 2 years I was being assaulted the whole time, and I'm gonna need half his money.
Well, are you talking about that pale woman?
Yes.
Well, that's the game they play. So that's a totally separate debate, actually, when we compare women. The pale women is a game.
It's still the same allegations.
Right.
Yeah, but the pale women know what they're doing.
And so Kevin Lyles out here saying, he said he got receipts of some things, and he's fighting this, and he's go put his lawsuit out there.
Yeah, he giving it to Jay-Z treatment. He's saying, "Oh no, baby, this what's not about to happen is this." But you also know Kevin Lyles is Trey Songz' manager.
Mr. Studio Girl for real.
And you know Trey Songz got his own allegations. Now,
everybody, not just steal your girl. You don't steal everybody.
That's fine.
He's fluent. He's a very fluent guy.
Good. That means I have a shot.
Also, not just steal. That's just stealing. He's gonna take it.
That's fine too.
No, that's fine. Taking it. That's worse than sexual assault.
Well, you can't rape the willing.
Well, this is a little bit off. But you know that Trey Songz, like he could be Babyface son.
No.
Someone to love. Someone to hold.
Are you gonna have to pay for that?
No,
okay.
He was off key enough to where they ain't gonna know who.
Okay, I got it. That totally makes sense.
But yeah. No, Trey Songz, I see why he loved R. Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. First of all, don't ever compare Trey Songz to R. Kelly. Those are two different people. R. Kelly like to have sex with children.
And allegedly.
Up on those allegations too?
No. Their allegation had nothing to do with a child. Don't even do that. It ain't nothing to be alleged about it. Don't be putting no bad papers out on Tremaine.
Trigger. Yeah, he already got bad papers out there. Too many people in the industry just tell me too many things about him. He has a bright future in front of him. Yeah. He has a bright future in front of him, and when you have that much future in front of you, it needs to be used.
Oh my God! I just caught what he said. That's hilarious. Yeah.
It's just take.
Hey, real talk. Trey Songz wouldn't be nothing if Chris Brown never went to jail. He wouldn't have had his shot.
First of all, don't. Also, I don't do no Christopher Maurice Brown slander anyway, either.
No, nobody slanders Chris Brown. He's the greatest that's ever done it.
He is.
Chris Light Brown.
Better than Michael Jackson.
Brown gave that $5 million and was like, cool.
And I hope he beats his assault charges that he just acquired when he got arrested because I need him to be outside for this concert that I'm trying to go see.
What was the next? What else next story you have?
Well, I'm trying to update you on the Diddy trial. Because that's the gift that keeps on giving. Of course, the federal sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs is ongoing, with the latest proceedings taking place, which took place on May 21st, and it's been going on and on and on. Combs, of course, he's facing serious allegations, including racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and he has pleaded not guilty to all allegations, just so you know. So, Capricorn Clark, which is his former assistant. First things first, why her mother named her Capricorn?
She born in June.
She probably is born in June. And she probably not even Capricorn. And in fact, I want to look that up to make sure she was born a Capricorn because I don't want no false flagging on my sign. So she is his former assistant. And she took to the stand and she said early in her testimony that she alleged Combs accused her of stealing jewelry, to which she took it out of the office building. Allegedly, she said she did not, but apparently this got her smacking, and she was taken to a disclosed location where she was shaked and wrangled about this jury from a big man who said that he would throw her off into the New York City River if she didn't come up with this jury. Now, I hope at some point when somebody's threatening to throw you off a river, you cough up this jury. So I really hope she actually didn't have it. She was forced to do that, to be in that situation for 5 days. Count on 5. 1, 2, 3. Y'all ever been held captive for 5 days?
No.
Tragic.
I ain't never stayed at a job where I got smacked in the face at.
Yeah.
You should have smacked me once. I'm gonna get my hit back and I'm gone.
That money must be good.
It gotta be.
Every time I hear somebody's in trouble or there's something going on, I was like, man, that money must be good.
Does that make it different though if you do it for the money? It's like,
here's the thing though. One of them assistants, one of I guess the first one, the male assistant, whatever, went to college with my wife. Yeah.
Oh man, we need to get him on the thing. We need the exclusive, brother.
Like, they know him. Like he's part of that. Like the group of like their friends. Yeah. Like, she knows him. Yeah.
So the situation is, I'm pretty sure that it was a catch-22 as far as like there's the abuse and then there is the access of working for this person allows. So it's almost like picking your poison, if you will. But slapping is where I draw the line.
So when you're doing racketeering, right? When you do a criminal organization, you have to establish that he was sinister enough that everybody was involved with this freak off thing that he's doing, right? Like everybody had their hand in rolling. But every time I'm listening, it looked like these guys. Normally, a RICO criminal organization, right? We talk about the mob, like we're going to get everybody, right? They were involved because they wanted to be involved. It wasn't because they were scared. They couldn't know. I'm part of this because I'm eating from it too.
Yeah, and they're calling it a freak off because it's Diddy. It's a swingers party. That's all this is.
So,
have y'all ever been to a swingers party?
When they try to establish this criminal establishment, I'm not seeing these guys wanted to be a part of it. It sounds like, yeah, he told me to do this, but I wasn't really messed with because I'm getting paid to do it.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't.
I'm at work.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, it wasn't.
How can this swingers party just turn into something outrageous?
Well, that's what we're waiting on. Again, we've been talking about this for a long time. I'm waiting on that, like, it was 10 people, it was 15 people involved.
Yeah, look, and outrageous is subjective. Three guys and Diddy with Cassie might be a regular thing to them. That might not be outrageous.
Brandon, tell us something new. What have you learned so far? Like,
well,
I know you're not a lawyer.
When I was
criminal side of it, do you still see is the RICO part of it? Do you see like it's a criminal organization? He's doing a criminal organization because he's doing this. He's doing as part of RICO.
They're not making, and from what I'm seeing, they're not making their case in that regard. I think they want to put it on him, but the case is not being made for that. It's not even the witnesses that's taking a stand are not necessarily even, when they describe what's going on, they're not even saying they were forced to do the freak offs. No one is saying that they were like forced to do this. This is something that they engaged in. The violence, from what I'm seeing, is like other days of work that, like, you know what I'm saying, just with his assistant, you know, those were days at work, you know, a hostile work environment. But regarding to the sex, no one is when they describe the sexual freak offs, it's just given like everyone was, you know, everyone knew what was going on. And when I was in LA, the tea that I got on the freak offs is like, to go to where the freak offs were, it was obvious that you were willing to go there because there were security clearances that you had to get through to get inside. So it wasn't like you was just show.
Water as soon as you walk in, like, drink this.
Yeah, it was like there were standard classic Diddy parties that everyone loves. The standard regular party, like, oh, a Diddy party. And then there were the freak offs. And the people who didn't want to participate in the freak offs, they would leave. And some people who only wanted to participate in the freak offs, they would come after like the regular party is done. Of course, there was even a video where it was a regular party going on, and Diddy was saying over the balcony, like, all right, you know, in a couple of hours, if you don't want to be here, you got to go. Even the kids got to go. Like, basically, like, at some point, things will shift. But it was also given like, you have the opportunity to leave. Now, this doesn't negate anything that Cassie went through, because her bruises are real. You know, that video of him beating her, that's real. That's not you know, fake. And I was in that, and I was in a public place. You know how much power you have to do that in a public place and feel that there's no repercussions for, you know, that matter. So I just feel like the cases mainly can only be made against like the abuse part. But even what Capricorn, Miss Capricorn described, they just sound like worse workplace aggression. But that, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think he could be sent 20 years for something like that. They're gonna try, but he's not getting that much time. I mean, it'll have to be blown away. I want to see recording of this footage.
And to be on some lighter side, it's not lighter, or I don't know what to take of it, but it says Suge Knight believes Diddy definitely should walk free in the sex trafficking racketeering trial.
Yeah. Suge Knight
heard in the trial that Diddy was trying to kill him.
I heard Suge was doing that for something happened to Cassie. I heard Suge was doing that to dudes with that death row. And it wasn't fun for nobody.
It wasn't fun for nobody. That's why he's locked up now.
I bet you he think that they should get off.
So yeah, I don't know how this is going. I'm gonna read more into it, but there is a second victim. Yeah. There is a second Jane Doe that we don't know. They got to put on stand. And hopefully that is the one that was doing stuff that she didn't want to do and participate in. And
I want to see what happens.
But they try to get her name put out there, and it was like, no, you can't put her name out there. So, but we don't know.
I mean, and there's also there's also something to be said that you can come to something thinking like, oh, you're gonna participate in something, and then when you get there, you're like, oh, this is too much for me. I guess I've allegedly seen that in like swingers clubs, when the person brings his wife, and then his wife like, oh, actually, I don't really like this at all. I thought I would, but you know.
And I agree with that, but I'm like, you can't do something 99 times, then the 100th time. Like, you know what? This is wrong.
No. You actually can do that. That's your prerogative. You have the right to do that. To be like, all right, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
I hear what you're saying. I'm saying, like, but you already have been complicit. If you think it's wrong, you was already complicit with it.
Right. But that don't mean the crackhead can't stop doing crack.
True. And I guess you can rescind consent. I get that,
but because baby, sinners get baptized every day, after living their life.
All right, leave us with a tidbit.
You say what?
Leave us with a thought.
Beyonce won Country Album and Country Artist of the Year at the American Music Awards, and that's the best thing that happened all week.
It's because Beyonce won.
Yes, and Eminem won Best Hip Hop Album, which, child, don't even get me started on that.
They love Eminem, boy. He knew he shouldn't won that. Did he have an album?
Yeah, he did have an album. But the thing is, what people I don't even think they even realize, Eminem gets Best Rap Album every time he drops an album, even if we didn't like it. Because Lord knows we ain't really liked the Eminem albums since the Eminem Show, and that was in 2002. But Eminem have like at least 11 to 12 studio albums, and he gets Album of the Year every time he drops.
Every time. If it was the African American Music Awards, then Kendrick would have got it.
Child, I don't know. If it was the African American Music Awards, they probably still would have gave it to Eminem, just like they gave it to Sam Smith that one year for Best New Artist at the BET Awards over Ray Schmurder and the Migos. I'm still not over that.
I can hear the passion on that one.
Because they know they was there wrong.
Where can they find you at?
Follow me on everything at Brandon Carter 211, because celebrity business is my business, here every Wednesday on the DJ Chris Styles Show, WOVU 95.9 FM, and download that Iheart Radio app.
Oh, look at that! And also follow him on. No, I can't tell.
No, do not follow me on Twitter. Is that what you're or you're about to say TikTok? Follow me on TikTok.
Follow me on TikTok.
Brandon Carter 211. Thank you.
Brandon Carter 211. I appreciate you. I appreciate Brandon. I love Brandon. Shout out to Brandon Carter, man. He's the best. As he doing it like he do.
He was trying to expose my Snapchat on the radio. Now, my Snapchat can be a little did y'all ever see that meme that said, if you got a Snapchat in 2025, you're a freak? Well, the threads can be a little outrageous. So if you like a little, follow me on Snapchat at Brandon Carter 211, the Brandon blog, and you'll get OnlyFans content on that. I have to keep it kind of classy on Twitter and Instagram. But if you want the OnlyFans content, you follow me on that Snapchat, because that's gonna get some feathers ruffled. So yeah. Also, Cameron criticized NFL rookie Travis Hunter for getting married without signing a prenup. Baby, why did that man marry her without getting a prenup? In fact, that's not even our business, because I believe that he believes that he's in love. And who are we to tell that man that he's not in love with that woman? The Heisman Trophy winner married his longtime girlfriend last week in a beautiful ceremony surrounded by close friends and family. From the pics and videos, the young couple looked like they were having the time of their life, enjoying each other's company. But the podcaster Cameron was not impressed with none of it all. He said on It Is What It Is that they'll try to hit you with the why not get a prenup if you really love her? You need to get a prenup. But see, I believe in prenups because Oprah said a prenup ain't nothing but insurance on your money. That's all. That's it. Just get a little prenup, baby. We have such high hopes for you. Did y'all see the American Music Awards? Well, apparently no one watched it because it's the lowest ratings that it's had, and then it's almost like 45 to 50 year run. So no one was impressed by J-Lo giving y'all a 6 to 8 minute set of dance routines all up and down the stage, because she was giving her all. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all didn't care about the kiss. She gave y'all the whole Britney Christina kind of thing, except she did one man, one woman. But J-Lo, no one's really impressed because it's like, J-Lo, girl, you just did that for the ratings. You ain't even about that life, which is fine. But I'm all for it. 95% of the show was literally just jokes, commentary, and most awards wasn't even given out because the big winners were not there. Billie Eilish wasn't there. Beyonce wasn't there. Eminem wasn't there. Kendrick wasn't there. Baby, all the biggest stars said, get somebody else to do it. I got something else to do. And so it was like, well, what we watching here? Most of it was performances, but I feel like award shows have been performance based for the past, I want to say at least like 20 years. In the early 2000s, you got a little bit more like awards given out, but solidly by 2010, even with the BET Awards, most of that stuff was just like performances, performances, performances. One really given out. So I mean, we've been making that, but I don't know. The big stars are just not into the awards no more. And people keep saying it's the music, but if the stars that are actually making the good music don't come to the award show, then yeah, it's not going to balance out because it's not even necessarily about the music. We have good music being made, but the stars that's actually making good music, like Beyonce, who's actually making good music, Kendrick, who's actually making good music, Billy, actually making good music. SZA was there. She did the separate award for best R&B song and R&B artist, even though SZA is a pop artist. If SZA was white and she was making the exact same music, she would be a pop artist. The Weeknd keeps winning R&B when we know that The Weeknd ain't made an R&B song since 2010, because there ain't no reason for him to be in anybody's R&B category. That man is a pop star. He makes pop music. But he won. I really think it should at least went to Bryson Tiller. If y'all want to give Chris Brown, at least Bryson Tiller. Bryson Tiller is making like R&B music at its finest. But to give it to The Weeknd, maybe I understand. Y'all giving it to the pop people, the popular people, which is great. SZA should have won pop artist, and Kalani should have at least got R&B. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all wasn't watching the American Music Awards anyway, so ain't like y'all seen none of it. But I'm Braden Carter 211. Please follow me on my Instagram, the Braden Carter 211, and get all the celebrity news, all the celebrity tea. Oh shit.